Hey, what's up guys, the Mago3011 here with another crossover Colosseum reaction. Today I'm going to watch Wario vs King Knight, and this is one I've been waiting for. I did a prediction a while back on this, the only prediction I've ever done with my good friend. And yeah, I'm really excited for this. Let's not wait any further, let's get right into this.
Who would win in a fight between Wario and King Knight?
And I am going all in on Wario.
Colosseum, where only the best will win and the fights are chosen by you. This matchup was chosen by Cthulhu. Thank you so much for choosing it, and let us know who you want to see next in the comments below. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Let's do this.
The world of the Mushroom Kingdom hardly needs any introduction. It's
True.
full of some of the most memorable maps and music in the history of gaming.
Oh man, I'm so excited for this.
It truly shines is in its legendary cast of characters. But among the green dinosaurs and space goddesses, one of the residents that stands out above the rest is Mario's self-proclaimed rival, Wario.
Here we go!
And the legend of
Wario first
Waluigi
appeared in Mario Land 2 as a greedy thief set on stealing a castle all for his own. Ambitious, no doubt, but personally, if I was gonna steal a castle from somebody, I wouldn't choose the guy known for beating up dragons and whose idea of a party is a lot more like a Saw movie than anything else. But to Wario, Koopa-stomping plumbers weren't gonna stand in the way between him and what he wants most in this world. Lots and lots of money. You could say that Wario is something of a born entrepreneur, looking to make money wherever he goes, which even as an infant he did by getting a free ride from Yoshi and waving around a giant magnet to pick up loose change. And this natural-born fixation with wealth would continue well into adulthood for our greedy friend. And as with all true entrepreneurs, Wario has changed jobs a lot. He's had brief stints as a thief and a treasure hunter and even a game developer, where he was willing to rush out unfinished games full of bugs just to make a quick buck, which, thank goodness we don't have to deal with that in real life. Wario is also incredibly athletic and physically capable. His
Wario was someone who developed Cyberpunk.
By shaking them, destroy huge blocks of stone with a single punch, but even more impressive than that is when he shook the entire area around him with a single punch, mimicking the effects of a magnitude 6.5 earthquake. And while Wario's strength is impressive, it's nothing compared to his dedication and durability. He'll endure just about anything in service of getting gold.
Kaboom.
We've seen him dive into lava, be burned to a crisp, get frozen, electrocuted, smashed, and he's even withstood a collision from this massive satellite. This thing was hitting Wario so hard, it was like you had nearly 5 nuclear power plants, all dedicated to have their full energy output spread across a square centimeter of his body. And then repeat that for every other square centimeter of his body. As long as there's gold at the end of the rainbow, Wario always seems to find a way to come back. With his ever-changing jobs and adaptable nature, Wario has been able to unlock multiple different forms, including fire,
he has the adaptability,
thinness. Really though, over the years of searching for treasure, he's gotten into some serious trouble, but thanks to his adaptability of his body reacting to whatever situation he's in, he's been able to survive every time. When climbing through ice caves and getting pelted with ice, Wario adapted. He became Frozen Wario. While in a volcano, he adapted. He chose to become Flaming Wario. That
Human Torch.
Did not age well. You know, the more I look at these transformations, the more I feel like Wario is just being affected by these attacks and is adding a name to his body as it's being affected normally by those attacks. But thanks to his massive durability, he's just able to survive. That's just a theory though. But anyway, while these specific transformations required extreme exposure to
he already is fat
situations, Wario's fighting capabilities extend far beyond mere adaptation. He has a special staff that grants him access to several other powerful forms. Yearning for adventure and of course more gold, Wario's used these forms to set his sights on bigger things and tried new professions with new tools at his disposal. He can become a spaceman with a laser gun, a pirate with a submarine, or a pharmacist that punches people, called Genius Wario. Alright, and if it sounds like I'm listing a lot of different things for Wario, it's because over the years, he's really become something of a hoarder, keeping a bunch of different powers and equipments and tools from his different professions and different adventures. With all these different experiences and abilities, Wario is an absolute tank in a fight. And while he ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, he's one of the bravest people that you'll ever meet. Wario doesn't think about a situation before he runs in. No, that's far too small-minded for our greedy businessman. Instead, he runs headfirst into the fray, charging down enemies and reminding himself that with garlic, anything is possible. What I hope this is painting for you all here is that Wario has had a weird history. starting off as an invader, becoming a greedy anti-hero, then a video game developer, and a whole bunch of other things. The most impressive part, though, is that somehow all of this works, and it makes him an incredibly memorable character. He's a weird, adaptable,
You really do
smelly
gotta
entrepreneur,
love
but
Wario
he's
and
our
Waluigi.
weird, adaptable, smelly entrepreneur. Someone who manages to bring a lovable sort of charm with all of his hateable characteristics. And it's this sort of disgusting lovability, along with his amazing ingenuity, that's made Wario such an icon in modern day gaming. Now let's see how he stacks up to his opponent, King Knight.
Alright, here we go.
Kings can come from many places. Some pull a sword out of a stone, some are born into the role, and others take it by force. Enter the world of the Valley, where an enchantress is seeking out the most capable and skilled warriors in the land to aid her cause. From mad alchemists to undead reapers to the focus of today's video, King Knight. This proud, cocky, self-proclaimed king of rats in his faraway land of his mother's basement had a dream. He would look out the window of his childhood home and see the people working the land and the rats running through it and thought, yeah, I could totally be king of this place. And his mother was supportive of her little pumpkin pauldron prince and stood by his side as King Knight endeavored to become king over all the land, which involved killing, pillaging, and overthrowing the current monarchy. Good job, Mom. But just like anyone rising to power,
hey, you know what? You can do anything with Mom's support.
And after looking through different ways that he could become king, one title in particular caught his eye. King of Cards. One could win this title by becoming the champion of the card game Joustus, a simple game that required pushing, pulling, and cheating your way to the top, which honestly sounds like incredibly relevant practice for somebody looking to take political office. So he began to travel the land in an effort to grow his territory and become the Joustus champion, challenging anybody that he possibly could to a game of cards to gain enough practice to eventually topple the 3 Joustus judges, sitting between him and his throne. But Joustus aside, King Knight's journey wasn't all fun and games. He found his life in peril numerous times, from ghosts to flying jellyfishes to skeletons and even frogs, which is giving me flashbacks to Don't Starve Together. But King Knight, never one to back down from his goals, was not dismayed. He faced his new enemies head on. He really is flashy.
Gotta love the aesthetic.
To defend himself. King Knight charged forth at his enemies with shoulder bashes, spinning around with parkour, and destroying almost everything in his path. On the rare occasion that King Knight needed a little extra help, he had his remarkable items called heirlooms by his side, which he was able to buy from powerful NPCs in his world. After purchasing them, King Knight had to prove himself as being capable of wielding them effectively by completing a challenge level using nothing but the heirloom. Afterward, King Knight would show off his impressive proficiency for diplomacy by convincing every one of those NPCs to join his retinue and serve him. And he's met some real, colorful characters along the way. For example, the traitorous servant to the past king, Traitorous, gives King Knight the turn ability.
You can totally trust
them.
them.
Projectile into an energy-based attack and return it to sender. You know, if the last king knowingly hired somebody named Traitorous and then got betrayed, that's kind of on him. But these heirlooms extend far beyond just his coat. He's also met an enthusiastic evangelist for a giant applefish that gives him the bubble frog ability, allowing him to float through the air. His Scepter of Swiftness allows him to dash so quickly that he glides over water, and his Scorching Saber is a fire sword that can launch waves of flames toward his enemies. Despite King Knight's title of king being mostly self-imposed, King Knight did eventually find loyal subjects, who supported him and followed him on his journey as well. He was able to convince several different legitimate kings to join his quest, and he managed to attract attention everywhere he went, slowly gaining more and more support for his royal ambition.
He's become an influencer.
What is a king without loyal subjects? Especially useful ones. For example, King Knight can summon forth some of his faithful Griffin subjects to attack, or bring forth healers to patch him up in a battle. But even after he gained somewhat of a following, King Knight never truly forgot about his original subjects, the rats. He frequently summons his rats to pick him up, fly him around, or bomb his enemies for him, giving their life so that their king might live. Subjects aside though, King Knight found himself a new power along his journey as well. When all seemed lost, he found that all he really needed was a good, nice, cathartic cry. Literally. It turns out that his tears have healing powers, and if King Knight gets seriously injured, a few tears can heal him right up and keep him going. And when he does get in over his head, he's capable of taking a lot of punishment. In spite of his armor appearing to be made out of gold, both it and King Knight are pretty durable. He's been able to withstand cannonballs that are capable of destroying airships, and he's withstood the collapse of the entire Tower of Fate. So with these followers and strength and durability behind him,
Wario wins in durability, definitely.
Managed to defeat every other member of the Enchantress's chosen warriors, eventually arriving upon the fabled Tower of Fate in his journey, and even besting the Enchantress herself, eventually finally receiving all he wanted. and offer to rule the land as a true king. The catch, though, was that in exchange for the crown, he must abandon anyone who's ever supported him. And as King Knight looked at the potential of being king versus the friends that he made along the way, he realized what was really important to him all along. Being king. Yeah, he totally lived up to the reputation of his old pal Traitorous and totally took up the offer to become king. And in the end, he got all that he ever aspired to be. But he was lonely and left by himself to bask in his glory. All of his friends, all of his subjects, and even his own mother had totally lost respect for him and left him by himself to wait for anybody bold enough to challenge his throne.
And there's
but with that
Shovel
said,
Knight.
It's time for our fight. If you'd like to see some early works in progress,
that's actually kind of heartbreaking.
Consider checking out Patreon or YouTube membership. Each video takes us hundreds of hours to make as a team, and ad revenue is hard to
Boo
sustain
versus
on a series
Gengar.
that takes so long to create. So your support
and Mario
really
vs.
helps
Archie
keep us
Sonic.
going.
That one already
With that
came
in place,
out.
though, let's take a look at our fight and see who will take the crown in this round of Crossover Colosseum.
Alright, my money is on Wario. Easy dub for Wario. Ooh, already loving the smooth animation. Wario's stealing from him right now, I'm guessing? Oh, no, he just stole his castle. Didn't I kind of predict this would happen? I can't remember. Ooh! Having to face such peasants like you. Oh, Warrior's mad now. Let's go! Oh, I'm loving the retro. I think Warrior's also way stronger with the magnitude earthquake thing.
Need a lesson, loser?
Oh man. Turncoat. The Wario scream, oh, classic. The rats! Alright, let's go.
Yeah!
Of course he's picking up the money. Oh, Flaming Wario? Flying battle? Aerial battle? Yeah, let's. Oh, come on. Oh, okay, that was. Underground? Spring Wario? Oh, no? Okay. Crying.
Alright!
You can ride me to. Nothing but another rat.
Who do you think you are?
Those are words, but I feel you're gonna lose.
You? I'm not scared.
Wario doesn't care about your rats. He only cares. Oh. Okay, King Knight just got bored.
I won.
Oh, he's dead. He's just dead. Jeez.
And there you go! This fight was a battle of greed in more ways than one. Not only would Wario want to take all of King Knight's money for himself, but he also seemed to be hoarding all of the best stats for himself. Taking a look at their best offensive and defensive feats side by side really shows that there's just nothing that King Knight could have done. He did have a sizable speed advantage, but that was really about it. And that singular advantage really didn't mean too much with how outclassed he was here. He may have been able to land a few attacks on Wario, but it just wasn't anywhere near where it would have needed to be meaningful to hurt him. And this is only compounded when looking at the huge arsenal that Wario has access to. It's just chock full of things that King Knight has never really
Wario
had
could
to
literally
deal
just
with.
adapt
At
anything
the end
King
of the
Knight
day,
could throw at him.
Wario had his choice of a bunch of different ways that he would be able to take the throne from King Knight, but King Knight was basically left with not a single win condition. Wario is the winner, and we'll be moving on to the next round of Crossover Colosseum.
Hey,
Next round, what?
Here, you can tell from all the energy in my eyes and my computer screen that I've been editing. I said the wrong outro. Wario does win, but he's not moving on to the next round.
There is no next round.
This is not Smash Bracket, so there's nothing to move on to. So yeah, Wario wins. Also, we don't have a next time on Crossover Coliseum trailer because I don't know what it's gonna be.
Get some rest, Ink. Get some rest. That was a great episode. Great episode. Loved it as usual. Oh. Definitely still not my favorite Crossover Coliseum. Definitely still goes to Paper Mario vs. Archie Sonic, but Really good. Alright. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Original video will be in the description. Make sure to go check them out. Give them support. These guys seriously are amazing. I love everything they do. And, yeah, I think that covers all my bases. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!